probably wouldn't say save the best for last because that would imply that they all weren't the best, but I might actually get by with saying this is probably the most exciting. You're all going to want to do what Jacob's about to show you here in a little bit. So this is going to be drone to map for ArcGIS, and I've got a couple talking points about drone to map before I hand it over to Jacob. If you've probably heard about drone to map, you've definitely heard about drones and how drones are being used in the industry. We are now releasing a product that allows you to take what the drones are capturing, the sensor information, bring it into ArcGIS and rapidly digest that, process that, and put it on your map. So taking what you've got from the drone and putting it into ArcGIS. There's three things that we're going to kind of see here in a little bit, and there's three things that this really focuses on. One, 2D imagery products, right? So putting cameras on drones, flying them over a rig mast, looking down, taking imagery, capturing imagery. We also have 3D imagery products in the form of point clouds and things that we can do, and also oblique angles that we can capture for smart inspection photos. So it's really taken us into drones are more than just an image capturing tool. They're an altogether sensor input device. So rather than continue to talk, I'm just going to pass it over to Jacob. You ready to take it from here?
Sure.
Have at it.
All right. Thanks, Adam. We've been working with drones now for about 7 months. We started working internally and playing with them. Basically, we have a pilot on staff, fortunately, that gets us around FAA regulations in case FAA is here. So let's all be honest here. Drones are awesome, right? But it's really about cost savings. And we're really working to do more with less like everybody else in the industry is right now. So the challenge there is that we need to identify ways to collect imagery rapidly at a cost-effective method. So just to put us in perspective of where we are right now, or where we're talking about today, we're talking Pennsylvania, and we're talking specifically up in northern Pennsylvania, a very remote part of the country, actually. And just to give you an idea, this is the current imagery on ArcGIS Online. So in 2014, Seneca chartered a private company to fly all of our property in Pennsylvania, 7,500 square miles at a cost of $750,000 roughly. Obviously, those times have passed. We cannot spend that kind of money in this day and age on imagery. And the other problem is, and it's something that anybody that's ever done a project like this will realize, as soon as you get the imagery, it's out of date. So it doesn't do any good for planning, and you'll see what I mean here shortly. We took delivery on this imagery in fall of 2014. Within a year, the site had changed to look like this. We had gone from just the 2 ponds to include a 30 million gallon frac tank storage facility. And then there was also a pad being built. So now, come drone to map, we flew again 4 weeks ago. The pad was actually being actively drilled when we were on site. And you can see the detail of the imagery captured. So not only are we collecting imagery at high resolution, you're also able to capture obliques of the site. You're able to build 3D models like Adam said previously. You're able to also build out a last data set. Now this looks like a picture. This is actually a last point cloud rendered with RGB values from the point cloud. So this is actually panable, zoomable, interactive. You can interact with the whole area and look at the information, set your filters, just like you would with any last data. So it really gives a high level of value for usage just in the early stages of drone to map. Going forward, I'm really excited to see what the Esri team can do with drone to map. And obviously this all integrates with the platform. You're able to publish from drone to map directly to your platform, or you're able to take the resultant data, add it to a mosaic data set is more traditional for some companies, and just serve that out. So that's all I have. Thanks, everybody. Adam.
Well, I've got a couple questions for you.
That's fine.
So maybe you'll join me over here. The couple questions that I have, one, that was with a GoPro camera?
That was with a GoPro. That was not with a professional grade camera.
That is unbelievable. So Dal actually got to go on this little trip, this little boondoggle 4
Yes,
weeks ago.
It was very cold for
I
Dal.
would have taken the cold. I got jackets for that. But they come back. Dal's telling me about this drone they're flying and how he's going to buy a drone and do all these different things, and say he borrowed my GoPro to actually take some images of something. But then he's showing pictures of this GoPro camera on the bottom of this drone that took those images. So that's pretty unbelievable. You guys at Seneca actually using, is this a pilot or is this kind of commonplace
We've
right
actually
now?
been quote unquote piloting using drones for about 7 or 8 months now. We've been trying different technologies, trying to find the best fit. And as far as turnaround of imagery, drone to maps definitely hands above everything else.
Well, the takeaway from that is I'm going to buy a drone. So we'll get that
That was
figured
the-
out.
that was
But
the
I'd like to invite Danny out. Don't go anywhere. Maybe you'll actually come over here with us.
So Jacob, so for those of you who know Jacob, we've had him on stage for the last few years. But the biggest part is that Jacob, to me, has really been making a difference for Esri and for the community. This guy always helps us. He talks to all of you. I know many of the people in Pennsylvania have reached out to Jacob, and he's been a great sport the last few years. So Jacob, on behalf of Esri, we want to present to you the Making a Difference Award from Esri. So here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There we go. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Jacob. So, hey, it's been a great morning. So thanks to Adam
Yep.
and to all the Esri colleagues, and especially to all of our customers that joined us on stage. I want to thank you. And to the rest of you, I hope you have a great conference this week. Everybody has a red badge as an Esri staff. So if you have any questions, you come find us and we'll be happy to help you. We'll see you this week. Thank you.